So when you're in business, when you're in sales, what's the most important thing to work on? The most important thing to work on is to work on yourself, to read the books, listen to the audio tapes, listen to the other people who are successful. It's amazing. Some people will come to work 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 years, and it's not 15 years of experience. It's just 1 year of experience repeated 15 times. So what do we need to do? We need to constantly develop ourselves, constantly read books, constantly listen to audio programs, constantly talk to people who are successful in the areas where we want to be successful. And I'm really going to pour out my heart here because I really have passion about this subject and I really want this to make a difference in your life. So please click like so YouTube promotes the video. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button so that when more videos come out like this, you'll be up to date right away. If you're in sales, some people will come to work every single day knowing that they're going to hear the objection, I want to think about it. And they hear it and they just stare like a deer caught in the headlights. They don't even know how to handle the most basic of sales objections, I want to think about it. They just don't have a clue what to say. It's crazy. They just say, okay, well, I guess I'll call you back. And that callback typically doesn't happen. See, the be back bus isn't going to happen. It's not going to come around with all those people that said they're going to be back or they're going to call you back. I want to think about it. I want to do some more research. If you're in sales and you don't know how to handle that, you need to stop selling right now, look online, watch a video, and understand how to handle that and handle it in a comfortable fashion. Now, we do that in a way that really cares about that other person and their best benefit. If what you're offering is right for them, you know it's right for them. It's like a cancer surgeon where somebody's going to die. If they don't get the tumor removed, they're going to die. And the person scratches their head and says, well, let me think about that. I want to do a little more research. That cancer surgeon isn't going to say, oh, okay, would you just go ahead? No, he's going to say, wait a minute. Now, hey, thinking about it is fine. But this is your life we're talking about here. If you don't get this taken care of now, you're going to die. You don't have long to live. This needs to be taken care of. See how caring that is? That shows that that physician is a professional who really cares, who wants to communicate, who knows the natural human tendency to delay a decision and can take charge and handle that in a caring, loving way for that person for their own benefit. And that's the difference. Sales pressure means putting pressure on another person for your own benefit. Professionalism is persuading a person to get past the natural human tendency to delay a buying decision. And that's the difference between an amateur and a true professional. You really care and you understand the natural human tendencies and have the ability to professionally overcome that objection. Now think of a safe at a bank right now, the one that has the dials where you have to turn certain digits before you can open it. Think about that. Now people's minds, when you're in a sales position, either have 3, 4, or 5 digits to their combination. I'm going to go ahead and read them now. First of all, you need to convince them to love the product, love what you're selling, the product or service, love the product. Number 2, they need to trust and connect with you. You as an individual, you as a person, you as a sales professional, you as a business person. You have to show them that you're the trustworthy type of person and you need to be that person, right? You need to be that kind of person. And number 3, you need to get them to trust and connect with the company they'll be sending their money to. You need to show them how this is the type of company they can rely on, who they can trust, that will take care of their needs after they've parted with their money. They're going to get what they paid for. Trust and connect with the company. So those are the 3 essential digits in the combination of people's minds when you're in the sales profession. That's what you need to do, and those are the key things you need to persuade people on: to love the product, trust and connect with you, and trust and connect with the company. Now, there's a possible 4th and 5th digit to the combination that you need to be very aware of, because you may need to employ these next digits as well. Lower their action threshold. Make it easier for them to say yes. And this combination is handled by you asking a question and then answering the question. You see, people with high action thresholds catastrophize in their minds. They think of all the terrible things that will happen, losing all their money, their friends laughing at them, being called foolish. They catastrophize and they think of all the bad things that will happen if they buy from you. So you need to do for them what they won't do for themselves. So you ask a question, what's the worst thing that can happen if you say yes? And then you answer that question. And then you talk about the things could happen if they say yes to you, and then you talk about the great things that will happen and how it will solve their problems. So you need to tell the story to the high action threshold people that they won't tell themselves. That's how you handle digit number 4 in the combination lock. Some people have 5 digits. The next digit is raising their pain threshold, and we do that in an ethical fashion. Raising their pain threshold means you ask them, what will happen if you do nothing? That's the question you ask, and then you let them answer that. Now, when we lower their action threshold, we need to ask a question, what's the worst thing that could happen? Then we need to answer that question for them, because high action threshold people won't do that. They'll still catastrophize. So you need to answer that question. The final digit in the combination is a question you ask, what will happen if you do nothing? And then you let them answer the questions, the problems that will happen if they take no action, if they procrastinate, if their head scratch. So that's the way to handle objections. You need to understand how to handle these things. If you're in business, if you're in sales, you need to master the 6 weapons of influence. Now, Robert Cialdini says they are reciprocation. It means doing something for them and you get something in return. Commitment and consistency. Hey, John, you've done this, this, and this, so now why shouldn't you do this, this, and this? Social proof, that's everybody's doing it. This person did it, this person did it, this person did it, especially somebody they may be familiar with. In fact, we have Mr. Wonderful on our website. He gave our company a really good shout out, really praised our company, the good job we're doing for people. We have that video on our website. The next weapon of influence is liking. If they really like you, they're more likely to do business with you. Joe Girard, the world's greatest salesman, would always tell his customers, I like you, I loved you. In fact, he sent them a card every single month, and on the card was a different picture, and it said, I like you. Having the people like you, being a likable person and liking the other person is a key component of influence. Next is authority. For example, we have attorneys on our staff. When you speak to an attorney, you have a higher level of credibility when it comes to legal issues. We have people who have been on our staff for 15, 16, 17, 18 years. That gives a tremendous amount of authority and credibility for what our company happens to offer. And the 6th weapon of influence is scarcity. You have a small window of opportunity here, George, to do something about this before this bad thing happens, then it's too late. Or we only have this many of these things left, for example, that's scarcity. So make sure, if you're in the profession of sales and you're in business, you need to be able to master the art of persuasion, and you do it in a way that's in the other person's best interest. So don't just come to work every day, I wonder what's going to happen. We need to constantly be improving, constantly watching videos, constantly listening to audiobooks, constantly reading books, and constantly talking to people who are better at things than we are to learn from them and share ideas. So make sure to master these things. Don't just think because you've been doing the job for 10, 15 years that you have 10 or 15 years of experience. Don't be the type of person who has 1 year of experience just repeated 10 times. Make sure you're constantly improving every single day. It's like building a brick wall, 1 brick at a time. 1 brick of knowledge, 1 brick of skills at a time, and you'll have a tremendous fortress. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share this video. This is The Business Guy.